So the Taliban, Nick, denying responsibility, but signs could point to the fact that it may be ISIS involved here.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, several things. One, it's significant that the Taliban denied it quickly. And if they really didn't do it, as they claim, that does seem to indicate that they want to try to keep the narrative of the reduction in violence going that they have at the moment, that they signed up to with the United States last week, that's been faltering earlier in the week. But this was an event that was being held for a national hero in the country, a Hazara national hero. They're a minority ethnic group in Afghanistan, and they are mostly Shia Muslims. So ISIS typically targets, amongst many other targets, but it typically targets Shia Muslims, and that's not particularly a trait of the Taliban. The Taliban, you know, attack government forces, attack US forces, kill civilians along the way as well. But typically to target an event like this that was targeted also last year, this would seem to be the work of ISIS. And the gunmen, we understand, were in high buildings that were overlooking the venue and were able to shoot down on the venue site itself, and perhaps that's one of the reasons why the list of casualties is so high, Zain.
And Nick, please put this attack in context for us, because when you look at the political climate and the tensions between Abdullah and Ashraf Ghani because of the contested election there, just walk us through how this attack fits into all of that.
Sure. So the election was 4 months ago, and it was just last week, or about 10 days or so ago, 2 weeks ago, that the Election Commission finally called the result of the election. They gave Ashraf Ghani less than 1 percentage point above the threshold to be elected president. Dr. Abdullah had, right after the elections, contested the balloting. He said, or his representative said, that in some areas there were more ballots cast than there were people living in those areas, which gave the suspicion that there were foul tactics at play. What Dr. Abdullah told me today is he believes that the Electoral Commission was rushed into making this decision. He didn't say who by, but it would seem to be by implication the United States, who are really trying to push through this deal with the Taliban and get the intra-Afghan talks going between the Taliban and the Afghan government. His sense was that the decision was rushed through, and that there should be more scrutiny of that decision. So there is division within Afghan politics at the moment, and that makes it harder for the Afghan government to send representatives to talk to the Taliban, and really is one of the stress factors on the fact that the United States has gone it alone by working out its own deal with the Taliban without bringing in the Afghan government. The Afghan government's under huge pressure to get into those talks, and one of those pressure points is to hand over 5,000 Taliban prisoners in the next couple of days, which the Afghan government has said, look, it's too short and it's not going to be possible.